Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Now guys, listen, I know say I just do a video or see a video last week in that same shirt here. Listen, for no business that girl filmed the video them the same day. So this video is actually like a little personal get to know me video. I got a couple questions for a period of time now, so I decided that I would just play around and just answer them in one video. And as you can tell, my accent is starting to come out because whenever I talk in my dialect, it takes me a while to come back over to, you know, having an accent. And some of the questions are geared towards my accent, my dialect. So I have my computer here. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to answer the questions as best as possible. It's going to be a short video. This channel is really about mental health tips, substance abuse, self-care, improvement. So I'm glad that I'm getting those questions. I'm happy, guys, that you guys are sending in the questions and getting, asking those questions. I won't answer any personal questions like, about my family, like my husband and those kind of questions. I'll leave those private, guys. We don't want to really tap into people's personal business. So, hey, leave that alone. So the first question on the list is someone asks, where are you from? We tell that you have an accent. Where are you from? So for those who do not know, I'm from Jamaica. I'm from Montego Bay, Jamaica. Mount Salem. Yeah. Big up on yourself. But yes, guys, I am from Montego Bay, Jamaica. I was born and raised in Jamaica. I came to America in 2006. And I'll just give you, it says, the next question is actually, when did you come to America? So I came to America in 2006. I went to Colonel Day Avenue Primary School in Montego Bay. I then went on to Herbert Morrison Technical High School. Graduated with my 6 CXC subject them. Yeah. And then I went to GC Foster College of Physical Education and Sport. Now, for the people who do know me, the ones that follow me here and do know me personally, know that netball was my first sport. I played netball throughout high school and into college. I made Jamaica's trial teams. I made Jamaica's under 16 trial team and Jamaica under 21 trial team. Girl never met the full squad. It was short. And at the time, they were trying to get a lot of tall players. So, never met the team. So, during my first year at GC Foster, I was introduced to volleyball. And so, I was told by the coach then, big up yourself. I was told by the coach then that, listen, netball not really carry you nowhere, no. You're not really forward nowhere with netball. Netball don't give scholarship. Meaning, netball don't give you scholarships to go overseas. You really needed to be doing track and field, volleyball, basketball. Those were the top sports that were given scholarships. And so I was, advised to switch sport. Especially after my second time getting picked for the Jamaica squad, under 21 squad, and I didn't make the final cut. I was very discouraged. So I decided, what? I go play volleyball. So I decided I go learn. So I learned volleyball and I got a scholarship. Yeah, I got a scholarship in 2006 after finishing my 3-year program at GC Foster. Yes, I finish my teacher stuff at GC, so I can go teach. So I came to America. I went to Mercy College in New York. God bless my soul. Left from heat, go straight in a cold. See, I'm a wicked. But I finished my criminal justice degree in 3 years at Mercy College. And then I started my master's program there. I did 1 year, but I got selected on Jamaica's national volleyball team. Yeah. I played for Jamaica for 3 years, guys. I played for Jamaica national women's volleyball team from 2009 until 2012. So that's how I ended up in America. A little short story. How me reach America. Yeah. Next question is, how long did it take for you to become a therapist? What were the requirements? Before I get to that question, there's one here that says, what language do you speak? I'll just do this one quickly and say something in your language. Obviously, me I talk back and forth, me I talk English and patois. So our dialect in Jamaica is called patois. Now, our national language is English. However, the real Jamaicans will say a patois the first language, because realistically, we do learn our dialect before most of us learn to speak English. So, in my opinion, not that it's correct, but in my opinion, I would say that patois is our first language, or it's my first language, because I know I learned patois, as do many other Jamaicans, before we learn English. Even though we still struggle, even though I still struggle to formulate a proper English sentence sometimes, because guess what? Your first language is going to take precedent. So my dialect is called patois, so I'm talk patois, which is what I talk to you right now, and it's just a formulation of English, African languages, some Spanish words, because Jamaica was colonized by the British and by the Spanish, so hence we have a mixture of everything. So I'll jump to the next question. Next question is, how long did it take for you to become a therapist, and what were the requirements? So let's get it correct. I'm still not licensed as a therapist as of today. I am now licensed as a substance abuse counselor. I just passed my state boards in February. I'm waiting on them to send me my little credentials so I can stick it up on the wall, So yeah, I am taking the state boards for my therapist license in April. So wish me luck. Some can pass that one and done, just like I did with the substance abuse. So as of right now, I am now licensed. Technically, I'm licensed as a substance abuse counselor, just waiting on my paperwork, on my credentials to come, so to make it official. So therapist license is next month. However, I do work under the supervision of a licensed therapist. I have been doing that. I jump the guns. I'm going to keep that little part there little quick. So how long did it take? It took me 3 years to get to this point. I did my master's in clinical mental health. I did that at Liberty University. The requirements for that is for you to complete the program, and then you have to pass what they call the CPCE exam. I do plan on doing a video on the requirements for the substance abuse license. So from start to finish, I'm gonna do a video on that. So it took 3 years for the entire master's program, 1 year of internship work, and then after that you submit to the state boards for you to become a resident in a counselor in residence. You have to do 3,500 hours. They minus the 700 hours you did for your internship from the total amount that you need. So you need to do 3,500 hours to be able to sit for the state board license to become a therapist. So I have finished my hours, and now I'm just studying for the exam. It takes you about a full 21 months for you to get 3,500 hours if you are calculating a full 40-hour work week. So if you count 40 hours a week, you do that every week, 21 months, you can get 3,500 hours. So that's how long it took. So it took me 3 years to get the degree. 1 year of that 3 years is internship, because you have to do it 600 hours each semester and then 100 hour one semester. So they make you have to split up. The colleges them want money. So yeah. Um, Next question is going to be, what jobs did you do before zoning into your niche? So after playing for Jamaica in 2012 and I came back to America, I decided that I was no longer going to play volleyball. I returned to New York and then I relocated to Virginia. I came to Virginia on the with the thought that me want work now, but not having any work history because me never did work. Come straight out of college, decide to go play for Jamaica, come back, and so I had to. It was very hard finding a job, so I ended up getting a part-time position with the Department of Corrections here in Virginia. It was a part-time position, so I never have no benefits, no nothing, just hourly, and that's it. So I started there. So after about 5 months of working there, I got a job as a juvenile corrections officer. So I did the juvenile corrections officer job from January of 2013 until August of 2013. In August of 2013, I got a rehabilitation counselor position. Now, that position requires you to have a degree in criminal justice or social work. My undergrad is in criminal justice, so my interview, I get the position, I relocate to a different juvenile prison. I did that and I still kept the position at DOC. So I was working a part-time job. So I worked full-time as a juvenile corrections officer and part-time with the Department of Correction as a publication review specialist. So all the books and the magazines and the things and the CDs them where the offenders them order, it has to go through a review panel if they are deemed inappropriate. So my experience with the Department of Corrections, the offenders them love the sex magazines, them love the Playboy magazines and all of these magazines. And one of the big requirements for, or one of the rules of DOC is no nudity. So if that magazine had a girl nude, then it got automatically, it was flagged and them send it to me review, me write a letter, me decide if I'm gonna get it. If it was a book, same thing. One of the big thing was 50 Shades of Grey. Like, I remember when 50 Shades of Grey come out and we had to sit down, like we had to order a book for each person on the panel, and because we had a review panel outside of me, so if I questioned it, I had to take it to the panel and then the panel votes. So that's what we did with 50 Shades of Grey. So that is how that process works. So I did that until 2015. Yeah, so I did rehabilitation counselor position until 2015, along with the review publication clerk position to 2015. I then moved on to becoming a juvenile probation officer. So I became a juvenile probation officer in 2015, and I worked the juvenile probation officer position from 2015 to 2018. This was still with the state of Virginia. In 2018, I decided I wanted a bit more flexibility, so I decided to go to adult probation as an investigation officer. So this gave me the opportunity to not carry a caseload and more so to do investigation for those offenders who were arrested and had to be arraigned and they weren't given a bond. So I would go to the jail, assess them, interview them, run their background, and then make a recommendation to the court as it relates to releasing them on services with pre-trial services. So that's what I did all the way up until now. I still do that part-time because, girl, listen, my student loan go through the city, so me still have to keep a government job in order for me to get that student loan forgiveness. Now, I only have student loans for my master's level. I had a full scholarship for undergrad, so I came straight from Jamaica on a full full athletic scholarship and all them something there. So I only have student loans for grad school. So I have to maintain a non-profit job with state agencies or non-profits. So in order, so I do that part-time, guys. So fast forward to now. In last year, the beginning of last year, after I finished my internship, and I needed to, in 2020, when I finished my internship, graduated with my master's, and I got accepted by the state board for residency, was when I decided I needed to step into this field so I can start getting all of the experience towards me transitioning into a therapist. So I took on a position as a substance abuse counselor in April of 2021. So I have been working as a non-licensed substance abuse counselor from April of last year until now. Girl, get licensed. So now, yeah, money. So that is that for how long it take, the requirements, and what needed. If you guys want a more in-depth video on just the requirements overall for mental health and substance abuse separately, tell me and I'll do it. If you don't want it, don't. Someone don't waste my time. Another question here says, we like the reel you did about what a Jamaican counselor would say versus what an American counselor would say. Can you say some more things? And that's the last one I'm going to do because I don't want this video to be long. But yeah, listen, in our culture, we have a lot of just tale fables. We call them old folk tables. That's what we call them again. Oh, we call them again. But yeah, we call them something where older people love to dish out these parables, right? So, for example, when I was growing up, my mother loved dish them out, and me and my brother would be like, "Now listen, the remainder of the video is gonna be in straight patois. So, if you want to learn patois, stick around." But my mother used to say a lot of parables, and we just couldn't remember them. Like, we not remember, but we just couldn't understand them until you get older and everything start click. Because I'm gonna go back for mental health. Our brains aren't mature during puberty and during our early adult years. So during the early part of our 20s, we're still not sure about ourselves. That's because our brain is not fully mature. And that's I'm just have to tell you that. So, and that is why they say the older you get, the more wiser you become. It's actually true. So yeah, so my mother used to say this all the times, like one cocoa full of baskets are just them little kind of stuff. Yeah, so things like that. One cocoa go full basket. Don't in your basket so you can't afford it. One of my mother's favorite one was one day leave got water but make rotten. Or go wait for your glass of banana root. Man, that was my mother's most favorite one. My brother used to be like, go wait for your glass of banana root. What you talking about? Yo, we don't know what you talking about. I don't put all your egg in one basket. And when you grow up, them throw out your old granny or somebody and throw them stuff, and you just don't know until you get older. So when I did the video the other day, it was just for mere fun. But in truth and reality, if you were to talk to a Jamaican about certain issues, they are going to give you those parables. And I think it's a part of our culture to speak parables to access that part of us that are kind of tuned out, right? So that you can start thinking. It start opening the pre-context part of our brain, the pre-cortex, part of our brain to start thinking and start, looking deeper into things. And that's how I assess our parables in our culture. Because now when I work with someone and I'm listening to them, I can reflect inwardly and listen to some other things that my mother used to say to me, right? For example, if you were to go to an American counselor, if you were to come to me, if you were to come to me, I would probably say something like, so let's talk about what a goal looks like for you. What do you see yourself doing, or what are some of the, what would you want to accomplish in the next 30 days? Let's look at that. And so I would guide the client to coming up with a realistic, attainable goal for the next 30 days. Go to one Jamaican and they might say, no, put all the eggs in a one basket. One cocoa full basket. It means the same, right? One cocoa full basket. One day at a time. Put one in the basket at a time. Even if you have to put one today, one tomorrow, you will meet your goal eventually. But it's in a parable form. It's not going to equate to the same thing in English, but the message is the same thing. So when I thought about that video, it was for fun. But yeah, guys, I mean, a lot of times we have Jamaicans, we have these things at our disposition. We have a lot of information, but because of the culture, when we try to translate it over, we find it's kind of difficult for us to do so. But yeah, man, don't look down upon our culture. Don't look down upon our knowledge and the wiseness of our foreparents. Yeah, don't do that, because we have a whole lot. Our history is rich. Our history and our folk tales and our stuff is very rich, and it has a lot of substance and it have a lot of meaning in there. So, you know, if you're on this journey to finding what your purpose is, like what it is, like it took me a while for me to find my purpose. But one of the things I can say is that every job that I have done since 2012, I've been in the field of mental health. Corrections, whether you want, if you look at corrections from just a correction standpoint, then you are not seeing it for what it is. Because let me tell you this, when you are a corrections officer, you are those offenders' friend, you are them auntie, you are them sister, you are them mother. Them come to you with little bit of everything, you know. Them bawl to you, them tell you this, them beg this, them do this, them cuss this, them. You are in a multifaceted role. You are in a multi-layered role where you're not just an officer. You're a counselor. You're a auntie. You're a uncle. You're an uncle. You're a father. You're a brother. You are everything. I'm telling you, sometimes when you go and you talk to them just, it's like them a whole lot of emotions in you. So while the officers may not have that credential to be a therapist, but you're still performing that job until you cross over and you say, let me finish, let me look into this. Because it wasn't until I became a rehabilitation counselor that I decided that this is what I wanted to do. Because as a rehabilitation counselor, I had to run groups, I had to meet one-on-one with them, and I just had to be there present for basically their every need. So that's when I truly decided I wanted to do this. And then when my son was born in 2015, and later on we found out that he was autistic, that's when it truly hit that this is what God wanted for me. This is what God wanted. And having to do so much with my son led me down the path of becoming a therapist. So I truly just divulge myself into it, and yeah, I love it. I love it bad. But yes, guys, that's it. I hope this video is not too long. So from now on, anytime when I hear this accent, no say a yardy. You know what funny is that I'm gonna stop me done because I know me a rumble because I feel excited. But I work yesterday, I work. And I talk about the fish, and I tell one of my co-workers about food and the fish, and I say, oh, you guys eat the fish? And I say, yeah, we eat every part of the fish. I have some people that eat all the eye, all the teeth of the fish, the little knock of them. We eat everything. And this man walk up, a client walk up and him say, "Yeah, Yadi?" I'ma say, "Yeah." And him say, "Look at that. How long me a come here? I never know say yeah, Yadi, because we never talk to you. I never hear you talk. You just always quiet." And him say, "Yeah, man. You know, me no born in Jamaica, but you know, me raised by a Yadi, so you know me just call me Jamaican." You know, say, "Yeah, man, last night me drink some money water." Me I say, "Yeah, true, Yadi." Anybody we know about money water, them my Yadi. So yes, guys, I hope this video was fun and entertaining. Because I'm always just coming to you guys with information and, you know, in the zone of giving the information, giving. But yeah, anyways, guys, thank you guys for the support as always. And yeah, there's a whole lot coming, guys. I'm about to start giving online one-on-one sessions once I get that credential, guys. I have to wait for the credential to come in the mail, and according to the website, that can take up to 90 days to come. So hopefully me get it sooner than that, because once that come, I will launch my website. That way I can do one-on-one substance abuse group, one-on-one coaching, one-on-one life improvement stuff with you guys. So that will be on the website once that credential comes. We're working on the website, and then once that comes, that's gonna launch. So for all of you out there who need services, come. But yes, guys, thank you guys for your support. I love you guys, and yes, I will see you guys in the next video. Bye-bye.